weather was pleasant. All right, let's talk about how we feel about things, Ma. Yeah. Hello. Welcome to my tube, my tiny little tube. My name is Margie. I'm milk and pass. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. I think I might get the... See, because we got the light, but that light's going to go away. I'm going to get the little pyramid light. Yep. Sun's going down. I can't find my other one, Ma.
Your other little light?
Can't find my other little light. I had two. Wash. Whoop. Didn't want to do that. Or did I? I like this. This is my favorite of all the lights colors that they have. This one is. Boop. They're little camping. They're solar. The only thing I ever bought from REI. Place is a shithole. Anyway, hi. Oh, look. And then we got this. Oh, we got cat toes hanging off. Cat toes. I was just listening to a talk. Jesse was hanging out in the chat. It was funny. They were talking about Ouija boards. I love cat toe stuff. All right, I'll stop messing with him. Oh, sorry, buddy. Are you awake now? He said, no, I'm good. Okay. Anyway, Mom, wave. Over here. Are you just looking at the Blake TV listening to my talk? Tucker's doing good. Anyway, they were talking about Ouija boards and stuff, and the things that people are playing with right now, man. There's so much other earthly, worldly things, and there always has been. There just has been systems in society that have profited and advanced from saying, no, that doesn't happen. And now the reality of it is more people are coming to the realization they don't hear those people that say, no, that doesn't happen, as like the pilot sees a freaking UFO over the top of it here in New Mexico a couple days ago. You know, I've always seen this stuff. I've always seen outworldly stuff. I've always seen, because we see in frequency, and see what happens is like little kids, you know, their imaginary friends, you know, you see in frequency. Grandma, grandpa, you know, all that stuff, you know. Not everything is demonic and evil and wicked. I don't go summoning spirits, but I sure as heck don't freak out when I come across them. But I sure as heck don't summons them. And people are playing. People are dabbling and they're playing with dark magic. A buddy of mine, I just saw him on Facebook, his wife is starting to hang out with a woman that has all kinds of magic or all kinds of knowledge. And it has like book of spells and then this other black, you know, she got a new binder for her learnings and stuff. I'm like, it's a slippery slope, man. You cannot mess with people's free will. And all that shit is messing with people's free will. Spells? Dude, I can do it. I know about the karma with it. There's always, it's like pushing the button, that story with the button. You get $1 million if you push the button and somebody dies. It is a story a long time ago. It's just, you don't play with that stuff, and people are playing with that stuff, and they're going to deal with the consequences. And so we're going to have this, I see it, we're going to have this wave of freaking like weird shit because people are going to, you know, they're going to do their little love, they're going to play with it. And then there's going to be a big wave of it, all this, you know, and so I was talking about how I can't sleep around dream catchers. Yeah, I'm one of them. Are you one of them? I just said that in a chat where was I? I was listening to, before I started my live, I was listening to, where is it? What was I just listening to? Dude, technology is crap. Things are so glitchy right now. I just repopulated. The reveal report. And I was like, I can't sleep around because for me, I'm Heyoka. Things are backwards. Dreams fall out. I slept around. I had bad dreams. I was having some bad night terrors. This was back like 25 years ago, and somebody got me a dream catcher, and I slept that thing next to my head. I had the most horrific dreams I ever had in my whole entire life that night. I'm like, thanks, no, bye. Nope. I'm one of them. Luna! So today was a beautiful day. A beautiful day for more things to be revealed. I just kind of freaking zoned out, and I got some sun on my face. I love getting sun on my face. Oh my god, I love getting the sun on my face. No, 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 no. No, what? Huh. What? Luna! Luna! Lou, girl. What you mad about? You mad about it? Come on. Wow, it's nice here. It's nice. I got the fan going back there. And then I walked the dogs. I just freaking kind of zoned out. My energy is just like, ugh. And this afternoon, I just took a hot shower just to freaking put it on my joints because my joints are hurting, man. I will never take another vaccine. I'm not taking any freaking, I won't do it. If my demise, I won't even know it's coming. If anything, if I have a dis-ease in me, I won't do it. Nope. So I started drinking chonga tea. And Mom too. Mom's been drinking it too. That's a positive that we got out of Arizona. Is the habit of drinking that, you know. So all this, when people don't know what they're, because see, I understand rituals and things like that, you know. There's full spectrum of everything, okay? Everything has light and dark to it. It depends on how you use it. It's your perception, you know. I ain't gonna go play with the Ouija board. I don't think people should play with Ouija boards. They're not toys. Your people summons things. Dude, spirits, depending on the frequency, they can travel through electricity. That's why I always like to keep it light and bright. Plus, the lighting is softer on my eyes because of my migraines. Because of my structure, my compression in my lower back. I get migraines maybe 3 days out of the month. I don't have them. So I always have pressure on my head. It's another reason why I wear the headbands, because if I tie them really tight, I have a headache hat. I don't know where it's at. Hope I didn't leave that in the big red truck. Anyway, I have a headache hat, and it's a stocking cap I used to wear on the flight line, and it's so tight because it was wool and I washed it. It was a beautiful hat, and I ruined it. But so anyway, that was my lesson for that. So if I put pressure on my head, sometimes it reverses the pressure and I put belts on my head and tied it really tight just to freaking alleviate that. Freaking sucks, man. And then sometimes they're just energy headaches just from the freaking alignments in the sky, you know. I'm an Aries. We're ruled by the head. So we're prone to headaches, you know, without anything extra, sensitivities and things like that. So anyway, I don't even really know what's going on in the world. I live in the past or the future. I don't know. The rest of the world hasn't caught up yet, that's for sure. I haven't gotten mail in a few days. I took Benny down today. Dogs got out. That was kind of interesting. Because they don't come when they're called. I had Benny on a leash because he wanted to go out and see my friends that stopped over, and so I let him out, and then it was my fault. It's always my fault, and I didn't close the door and then push on it because Luna can open it with her little freaking nose. Oh, baby girl, she said I'm laying right here, and I want to go out there, and I don't want to be here. Just a pretty lady. And so, Artie and freaking Luna, they came out, and first I thought they were going to stop and they weren't going to run, because I thought they were going to stop and see and nope, pew! And people freaking haul ass on this road too, so I was like, I came in, I'm like, I'll get the van! You know, I gave the kid the leash, and then her nephew, and then, you know, they're good. You know, they're like approaching the dog, not running after the dog, but they're walking really slow. But, you know, as they helped me get my dogs back, it was really cool. And as soon as I started the van, Luna heard it and thought we were going to the PO. So she came back, and I put her back in the house, and then Artie came back when Luna came back, because he's kind of a freaking ninny. He's big and bad if he's got backup. No, that's good. He's kind of a tough. Artie is kind of a. Look at Tucker back there. His little leg is hanging out all the way out. He's so cute. This is what I live for, man. See, before I went into the Air Force, I remember having a conversation with my brother, and I was just like, yeah, I just want to go in the Air Force, you know, get out, get a job, make, you know, $15 an hour or something like that, you know, just hang out with my dogs and mom, and just, you know, we'd go out every now and again, take some pictures, you know, have friends over, just play. Basically live the life as like, a 15-year-old, 16-year-old, like, but with more life experience and more liberties, but those are going away. Anyway, so I basically do that. I mean, I mean, that's what I guess I do what I said I was going to do. You know, I would but now it's getting warm. Today I was like, I was talking to my friend Denise, and I was asking, I'm like, because she owns the place, and I was like, well, this is what I'd like to do, you know, put this here, I could, you know, and then make the fence line here, and then make the sitting area. And she's like, oh yeah, you know, but we got to clear some stuff. There's some plates. There's a bunch of old furniture and garbage and shit that she had to clear out of here, so that someone else could move in, and then winter came. It's like she did it, and then winter came, and there ain't no hauling, you know. So it's close. It's happening. I'm sorry, baby girl. I'm sorry, baby. So today was a good day. I was vibing high today. I was just, you know, I just got to get in this, and a couple times. That one time though, I was like, because I have the fan on back there, and I can't hear when the CD ends, and sometimes I'll lose track, but now I hear so darn much. I know these DVDs, it's like I know how much time is left on the disc is when I'm starting to get there. But Mom still enjoys them, huh?
Yes.
You love your Longmire, huh?
Yes.
And she likes it because she'll see scenes in the background on Longmire, because it was recorded. That's a beautiful thing too. It was recorded here in New Mexico. So she's like, Marge, it looks like the mountains outside, you know. And I'm like, it probably is, Mom, probably is. And wait till we go out and drive around. I'll be like, looking at Longmire. I think they recorded it down more towards Albuquerque. But I'm sure that they got a lot of like just in between shots, footage, stuff like that, because they show a lot of background. It's a good show. Anyway, what else? People, what they're playing with. You know, that's me. I apologize. That was me tapping on the wall. She's like, "Don't do that. I do not like it." And I'm a lunatical. See, and I've always been curious about stuff, and I've done a Ouija board when I was younger, and I also but my whole life I was scared. I was like, "No, I don't want to do this," but you know, peer pressure and all that stuff. And I'll do anything one time, most anything. And because Mom always, no, you don't play with those. And then she always knew people that instilled it. No, you don't play with that. You don't play with that. You know, the occult, esoteric stuff. I've been around it my whole life. I've been collecting data. You know, reading tea cups, tea leaves in teacups. Ruth, Howard's girlfriend. Remember? Do you remember Ruth and Howard? Samson, the big dog?
Yeah.
They kept knocking down the fence.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why do you keep putting it up like that in the same place? These are life lessons, how we learn this stuff. But he was like in his 70s, neat old man Howard. Mom always had these like father figures that kind of like God sent us earth angels in our life to teach us stuff and to protect us from, the darkness in the world. And and I remember where she lived. It was when we lived on Bocelli Lane. We walked over there, and she lived in like duplexes on the other side of the interstate. And we'd walk over there, and she'd like, make the tea, and then do her own little. Everybody has their own thing, but what do you see? And because I've always seen stuff. I'm a seer. I see stuff because I'm paying attention and I participate and I go out. That's why like Gina and people like me, we see stuff. That's why I get so many rad pictures, is because I'm out there participating when a lot of people are being distracted by a lot of distractions. For lack of a better term, pro sports, their kids, just regular life. People don't really see a lot past here. I just am always looking in the background, because usually what people are showing you in your face, it ain't true. It's not, a lot of it's not true. So, check out Chonga tea if you haven't done it ever. It's you order it, you can get it online, Etsy, someplace like that. It's probably about $20 a pound. So you can get it in powder form. And people like, I don't know, I just put it in a plastic bag and freaking break it up with a hammer into parts, like maybe little square inch parts, maybe 3/4 inch squares, cubed, and then you put it in water. I boil it for an hour. Other people do it longer, less. It's whatever. It's all whatever. Goes in the dog water too. So the medical, it has a lot of health. The medicinal properties in it, and it's not really. It's more preventive. It's not really. What did I say earlier, Ma? I said the health benefits are astounding or something like that. I can't remember what I said now. Something like that. One thing about Mom's doing pretty good. Just like I've seen this in other people that have had TBIs. A TBI is a traumatic brain injury. You get wound up, you get in a heightened state of stress, and then people kind of go into a revert. But once we get our pattern and things calm down, Mom actually gets quite a bit back, huh? You get quite a bit of memory back when she's in. That's why I work so hard to keep life, because when I get stressed, she gets stressed. When I get stressed, the animals get stressed. When I get stressed, it's not fun. And I do a good job. I meditate, I dance, I exercise, I do what I can to pray and stay in the present moment. I pray to God all day long. I'm always, take it if I get scared. Take it, God. Take it, God. Take it. I don't want it, And my train of thought just derailed. So, but but there's so much stress that happens in the world. And I finally feel like we're at a point that I'm not. See, that's the thing, is I live in a weird place where they're probably like gonna make things mandatory. I'm trying to keep us out of the system. So I'm trying to get more creative with our income means of me, because I'm not going to get a W-2 no more. That's been evident. That was evident. I mean, like, my brother's like, just get a job and work from home. I'm like, dude, you got kids that are obedient, and you tell them to be quiet, they're going to be quiet. Me trying to have a conference call with somebody who deems themselves important, because they're all just to me. You okay, Tuck? They gonna get comfy? Oh, he's on your pillow, Ma. He just got your pillow. Oh, buddy. Oh, nuggets. My train of thought just totally freaking derailed. Oh, I'm not going to work no more and get W-2s no more, so I gotta come up with creative ways. So it's cool, you know, so if I get, you know, so maybe I get to the point I get to, you know, because mom can handle stuff. But but once I put the fence in, it'll be easier. I mean, she could let the dogs out too, you know. I don't know if she would, but she could. You know, I have a lot of faith in her. And so, you know, anybody that has a traumatic event, you know, anytime your body goes into a heightened state, you know, there's stuff that happens to your system. And when that stuff happens to your system, you're never the same again. You know? Basically every time more bullshit comes at you, you get a little bit more hyper vigilant because you can feel it. You can feel it. I mean, we all have been given our systems just like the earth to take care of us and stay healthy. In the Bible, do people live for hundreds of years? You know? I used to think it was a storybook. I used to think it was a bunch of BS. I was ignorant. And that was just like 3 years ago. Once I really started looking, I was like, oh, there are codes and stuff like that. And people can demonize that side of it too. I'm just like, whatever. It's your perception, not mine. You know? So, it's, you know, I'm just trying to focus and situate on the positive parts in life because so many people profit from living from the negative. And that's all that people care about. Every year we have the opportunity to get closer to spirit, God, source, whatever you call it. You know, heaven on earth. Enough for everybody. Make sure everybody's good, you know, safe, warm. That don't happen. And I'm so tired of hearing people that, they want to be homeless. That is the biggest load of crock. That drives me, that doesn't go well with me. You know, some people like to experience it from time to time. No, that's all I buy. But our spirits, we incarnate, you know, we're spiritual. We're just like life. The way I look at it is just like our life library. Every incarnation, we check in, and it's like, okay, I'm living this storyline in this cell sack, and I'm gonna have this persona, and I'm gonna talk like this, and I'm gonna walk like this, and these people are gonna be my family, and these people are gonna be my dogs, and I'm gonna act like this, and then one day, I'm gonna exhale, and my spirit is gonna go out into the solar system. I'm gonna meet up with my same freak tribe, and we're gonna communicate without words, and we're gonna share our experiences, and then some of us are gonna come back and reincarnate again, because I think everybody's been everybody at least once. It's how time works. Shared consciousness, as I understand it. You meet people, I hate them. You've been them, or you're gonna be them. You know? Stuff's weird, man. It is not just, you know, go to school from kindergarten to senior class, then go to college for 5 years, you know, and then get a job, get married, work at that job for 20, 25 years, retire, boat, fish. That's not life. And when people set it up for that, they might do a good job for a little while, but it don't always last, because energy flows and changes. What time we at? So, Benny! He wanted to walk by Luna. He's such a respectful dog. He is. He doesn't like to, like, I don't know, they give him a hard time too. Huh? Bad right, Benny, huh, Marge? Bad right, Beanie, Marge. Come on, Beanie. Come on, Beanie. Say hi, Beanie. Beanie, that's a good old boy. We washed his face. Well, that's what we're learning is that everybody gets older. We have new things. We have new, and Benny in his mouth, it's like gets dirty, like cakey in here. Never done it before, but also, and another thing that like when mom's eating, like it kicks in his saliva glands, and he's starting to get danglies, like, oh God. The evolution, man. We all just evolve, and not sometimes we evolve and we don't get pretty shit, you know. But all the other stuff is good. He's just drooly and has crusties on his face, right? You know. But we'll be able to hang out in the yard here not before too long. You know, and they want to. We just because that's what we did in Oregon. We just hung out under the trees and just freaking. You know, in the sun. I did. They'd come out and in and out for a little while, you know. There's a lot of dogs and cats around here. So they might give way to chase, and so I'll figure it out. Because Luna directs. She gets work. We all have our personalities and our temperaments, and we figured out how to coexist. So when other people come in, that's when what? It messes with the ecology. No, I'm just kidding. I don't mean that. I'm ready for my tribe to get big. Bigger, not big. I don't want a big tribe. I like it smaller, you know. So, but today was a pretty good day. I was explaining to Ma. Want to see the diagram? I was explaining to Ma about the family that we found recently that are like 36 miles away. I talked about it in the video yesterday. See, because Mom was adopted, but she wasn't adopted until she was 3. So I was like, I'll just put it up. I'm like, Mom, you had parents before Margaret and Bob, because she identifies Margaret and Bob as just they were adopted parents. I think that I was named after her partially, and then my dad's aunt. Anyway, and I was like, so I said, what was it? I said, you had parents before Margaret and Bob. Here they are. And then when you were 3, Margaret and Bob came. And then look, it was like, you born with club feet. I didn't make the club feet, but this was her. And then so the powers, I think her parents were real young. And then this like, you can't take care of, so, you know, it was when the systems were beginning. All the systems that are breaking down, that's when they were being built, when they were taking people. They're still taking people. They've been taking people from their homes for a lot of years for their own good. It's twisting. It's weird, but Mom doesn't really get that she has parents before Margaret and Bob, because she identifies with Margaret and Bob. She had a lot of bad stuff happen to her. Sometimes when people do that, I think the aspect that didn't come back when I've done mine was heterosexuality. That's funny, huh, Mom? Oh, that's funny. What's the matter?
I don't think that's funny.
You don't think that's funny? Anyway, so, you know, Mom's always had a closeness more to her animals than any people. Always, huh? Yeah. She carried a baby wrapped up in a blanket on a Greyhound bus from Seattle, Washington down to Ventura. Back in the 70s, right? That was before me. So it was like late 60s, 70s? Yeah? So, you know, she's always had a closeness more to animals than people. And we had a different kind of relationship because as the result of that. And we have a closeness now. Well, this is just stuff that we've worked through, you know. Because when you care about people, you work through stuff, you know. And I really commend the job she did. Because, shoot, man, her freaking feet hurt her all the time, her whole entire life, pretty much, right? And she still walked all over the place. You know why she walked? Because she can. Because she could. I've always been a walker too. Well, a lot of times I was without a vehicle, so just you got to get there somehow, right? You know. I hope I never forget where I come from. A lot of people forget where they come from, and they spend a lot of effort ignoring and trying to hide and not let people know. I was reminded, I went down an ant hole the other day. I think it was with the Coen brothers. And I was looking at the film, all their list of films and stuff or something, and I was like, oh, I didn't know that it was them that did the Hudsucker proxy. That was a pretty, because that tells a lot. The Hudsucker proxy. I was like, yeah, that had it's where people come from, and they just kind of evolve more. Their heart directs them and guides them more to a closer, okay, I'm living for God, to that, or it's more ego, and they end up doing all kinds of weird, freaking creepy, gross shit. Is what I'm finding. Zach on Gematria Effect Sports. And then I think he's up to Gematria Effect News 21. His 21st. And then I think 20 is still hanging on by a thread. But he was talking earlier, and I've talked about that. Is because I won't ever take any shots or anything like that anymore. When I was in the Air Force, they gave me, I said Air Farce. They gave me 6 anthrax vaccine shots. You get 2 at a time. And then like in a few weeks, you get a couple more. And then a few weeks, you get, well, I only had 6. You're supposed to get 8. I only had 6 for some reason. I don't remember why I didn't get the last. Thank God. Because I already have a compromised endocrine system from just low birth weight and being stressed. Mom was stressed when I was a baby, so I came out stressed. Yeah, wound tight, That's why I'm like, I can't, I'll try and smooth the things over. Things that when there's ever conflict, I don't like conflict, but I sure know how to deal with it. So, but when, so that just like shifted my endocrine system. So, and then when I got to Oregon, or maybe before, they put me on these antidepressants, and that changed my chemistry too. And every time your body chemistry changes, your ideology and your thought process, you don't fire. It's like a car engine; it throws the sequence off, and you don't fire in the right cylinders. When you put unnatural. And so I things got weird. I started drinking after being sober for 14 years. I just I was like a spectator. I was like, I could see myself acting this way, and I was like, Marge, this ain't like you, figure it out. And then I looked up like the antidepressants had like a 31% freaking suicide rate. People want to know why so many veterans commit suicide. I mean, more and more people are doing, but veterans, it's like, we got to put up with so much bullshit in the freaking military sector so that civilians don't. And then then the world gets into a place, because a lot of the military members, officers and stuff, get out, and then they go in the public sector, and then they go into local government and all that shit, and then they get to play their same bullshit games, and it's like, we're still living the same bullshit. And we get less freedoms, but we're a free country. It's just cognitive dissonance everywhere. And so they just don't want to freaking do it anymore. And things hurt and ache and shit, and nobody cares. People don't care if other people, really, they really, in a grand scale, with all the suffering that is going on, the earth changes alone, man. But because people haven't experienced it, it's like out of sight, out of mind. But that's why the whole world is shaking up and doing this, leveling calibration, so more and more people get to experience in this incarnation all of these experiences that some people have lived lifetime after lifetime after lifetime to gather, There's just some stuff in life that people can't avoid. You can't, no matter how hard they try. So, I hope people are, there's more and more information, data coming out, as the veil keeps dwindling. Gina, Marie, God, she has so many names. Anyway, the UFO lady, she did a talk earlier. I think I got a screenshot of it. It was cool. It was like two suns. I had to show Mom. Earlier. Did it not do it? What is this? Oh, there it is. I'm like, what is this? It is like two suns. This was in the Florida Keys. It was a trip because even the guy that was looking, like controlling the camera, like adjusted it, and then he zoomed in on the sun, and then he zoomed in on it, and then it went away. But I'm just like, yep, that's about right. Ooh, I got these the other day. Thanks, Earth Angel. Those are so good. I think there's a couple left. They're messy. We already brushed teeth. We'll have them for breakfast. Mom will have chocolate covered strawberries for breakfast. You getting tired? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna wrap this up so Mom can lay down, tuck her in, she can have her pillow.